Hi, I'm Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio. Today I wanted to show you some quilt blocks that were given to me by my mother-in-law. She gave them to me to put together into a quilt for her. And these blocks were hand-pieced by her grandmother, and she had these in storage and decided she wanted to have me put them into a quilt for her. Now some of these blocks are different size. The pinwheel, one with the pinwheel in the center, the red, white, and blue block, is an inch smaller than the other blocks. And so I've been sitting on these blocks for a while because I could not find fabric that went well with these. These blocks, from my research, date back between 1880 and 1910, and for a long time there wasn't reproduction fabric from that era. There were reproduction fabrics from the 1930s and Civil War fabrics, but I couldn't find this era. Well, I went on to the website of Missouri Star Quilt Company last week and looked around, and I found some reproduction fabrics that I believe are going to work. So I wanted to show you what I got there. The box just arrived, and I'm going to open it and show you what I got. And I ordered 3 different fabrics, and I ordered 2 yards of each. And this is the first fabric. And these are all nicely packaged. And I have bought fabric from Missouri Star Quilt Company before, and I like the way they package things, and they all come in just in really nice shape. And look at my order form to see. This is Old Cambridge Pike Wild Oats. This is an 1870 to 1900 Transcendental Blue Yardage. This is by Barbara Brackman. And it's really pretty. It's by Moda. And you can see how pretty that is. I don't know that that's the right color blue, but it's very pretty. This might be good for the outer border. So let's see what else we have. And the next piece, I wanted a neutral, light neutral. This is Clover Cream Yardage. From the Georgetown line by Judy Rothermel. And this is from Marcus Fabrics. And see how pretty that one is too. And this is what I was thinking for sashing, and I think that will go pretty well with these. And if not, I will make another quilt out of it. And my last piece is also a Georgetown line. This is called Branch Red Yardage, also by Judy Rothermel from Marcus Fabrics. Let's see that, how pretty that is. It's really hard buying fabric online when the color in the monitors are different than what it is in real life, so it's hard to judge what it's going to look like. But we'll see. I'll put this up against these blocks and see what I think. This was going to be the inner border, I believe. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I wanted to show you some of these blocks that I'm working with a little closer up. Here's one of them. I have 3 different patterns of blocks, and they're all scrap quilts, scrap blocks made out of scraps, and I believe these are between 1800 and 1910 for the most part. This is it's not a pinwheel. This is a windmill, I believe is what this pattern is. It's all blue and white, and then the pattern here is black. This one has the pinwheel in the center, and each one of these blocks is different. I have 5 of these blocks. I had 3 of these windmill blocks, and these have red, white, and blue, and various prints. The circles in this print here is black. Otherwise, it's whites and reds, and I believe this little piece here, this is more of a cream, and so is this. But this is more of a cranberry, maroonish type red. It's not a bright red. And then I have 5 of these bear paw blocks, and this is made out of a flannel with a cotton. And this, we have a kind of an off-white and a blue, and then this green. And these are I have 4 of these. 3 of them are out of flannel, and 1 is out of a green cotton. So after ordering fabric online, and wasn't real thrilled with the way they went with these blocks overall. I love these fabrics, but I think I'm going to save these for another project. This blue is has a green tint to it, and but it just doesn't quite work. And if you can see it up against here, actually it would not be too bad with this block, but when you look at the red, white, and blue block, the red is a bit orange compared to the block here. The blues just aren't right, and the cream is, you know, this one would work, I think, up against this block. I don't think this would be a problem. And then the windmill block is where I see the most difference here. And with this being a scrap quilt, I mean, this would work. It would be okay. It's just not the look I was going for. So I went back to my local quilt shop, and I had been there before, and they didn't have anything, but you know, quilt shops are getting in new stuff all the time. I was debating on ordering online again. The problem is the difference in colors between the computer monitor and what is actually the color of the fabric is quite a bit different, and I was afraid I would choose the wrong fabrics again. So luckily I went to the local quilt shop yesterday, and the day before they had gotten a new order of fabrics in, and I'll show you what they had. As soon as I showed them my blocks, they were like, "We have the fabric for you." And this is what I got. Here we go. This is Liberty Gatherings by Primitive Gatherings for Moda, and they had just gotten in some bolts of fabric along with some layer cakes. And as you can see, this blue compared to this blue, you can see the difference. The red, this red is still a little bit on the orange side, but not quite as orange as this one. This one is just too bright, I think. And then this off-white compared to this cream. See, there's a big difference there. And then when you look at it with the blocks, here's my red, white, and blue pinwheel block. See how much better that goes with that. I'm going to tip them up so you can see a little bit better. That just goes so much better. And the windmill block, I think that works a lot better. And then the bear paw block. Now the grain is always going to kind of be off on this, but it's what I've got, and this is the best that I could find that would go with this quilt. So my experience is wait until you find the fabric that you like, that you think goes with your blocks when you're doing something like this, when you're taking old blocks, making them into a quilt top. If you don't want it to be glaringly new, look glaringly new, like you took old blocks and obviously you put new fabric with it, wait until you find the fabrics that go with it. These have the smaller prints that you see in the 1880s to 1910 fabrics. Even in the 1920s they were smaller than this. And I think this is going to be a really pretty quilt when I get done. Now this is the block, the red, white, and blue pinwheel block. This is the one that is smaller. This is the smaller block. So I'm going to put a border around here to make it as large as the bear paw and the windmill blocks. These blocks are right at 15 inches for the most part. These are, you can see they're hand pieced. You can see the stitching right here. They are hand pieced. And this block is fairly flat, but these bear paw blocks, this one isn't too bad. I pressed this one, it's not too bad. The others are very out of square, so I'm going to have a lot of work to do to get this top to lay flat. But I think it's going to be pretty, and I'm really hoping my mother-in-law likes it, and we'll see what happens. So my decision now is, what am I going to border these blocks with? I think I'm going to use this for the sashing. These two will be borders. And what I bordered this block with, I'm not sure yet. I'm leaning towards the blue because I think these blues will coordinate well. The red, there's enough difference. I mean, they're similar enough that I think this, even though the prints are different, I think this block will just meld into this as a border around this block. And I don't want to do that. I want it to stand out, and I think this will probably be my choice. I don't want to use this print because this will be the sashing, and I don't want the border around here just to blend into the sashing because it would look like I've made some kind of a mistake on the sashing work. So that's my plan for now, and I'll show you some video as I'm working on this and as I'm quilting it, and we'll see how it goes. But if you're looking for some reproduction fabrics, or those new fabrics that look like 1920s, 1880s to 1910s, I think this Liberty Gatherings is a real good choice. And they have lots more prints than this, so go to your local quilt shop, see what they've got, or order it online now that you know the name of it, and have fun.
Here is the completed top. I'm showing a picture of the pinwheel block, and you can see the blue border that I put around that. And you can also see that I used the red fabric for the sashing instead of the cream colored. And then I used the blue for the outer border, and I used the cream color for the cornerstones. I hope you like this video, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thanks for watching.